All right. What are your thoughts on the episode, man?
Um, it was good. It was good. Like so so did Lucas leave or he didn't leave, but he knows a way to possibly get into another silo. Like he understands he can maybe mine into another silo. So
He
like is he
understands
doing
more. Yes.
yeah. So now I'm thinking like, okay, he didn't leave, but he's still trying to, but in his own way without like the computer knowing.
My opinion
I don't know.
is, I think Lucas Kyle, the other AI down there, is a separate entity, and they told him information that he understands now. All right. And that he has been hiding out because he's been trying to figure out a way to use the machines. Because, I mean, they're talking about the mines, right? And he was obviously in the mines. In the mines, you can dig from one side to the other. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So maybe he has that knowledge. So if he ever did get too close to Juliet, with her being like the Juliet we have right now, that might be a problem for whoever the people that are in Silo in one. They're looking at all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that Lucas has an opportunity to change everything. He's a game changer in himself.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's having Lucas being coming back, and now he's gonna be working with who's the other fugitive guy? Kennedy.
Yep.
Yep. So they're gonna meet up, so they're gonna be trying to work together, which is cool. But Kyle knows things, but Kennedy thinks he knows things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be an interesting combo.
Some of that stuff.
Yeah. So that's gonna be pretty interesting because then he knows these like secret passages. They even said it in this episode. Like he knows things about the silo that you don't, like where to go and stuff like that, which definitely Kyle can definitely use. But then in exchange, I think he's gonna want like info and truth. And I think Kyle might give him some. Obviously, I don't.
Being a shadow, Bernard's shadow is going to be a big thing. The fact that he now has the more idea about what happened down below. Maybe he knows more about the beginning of the silos. Maybe he knows how to get from one place to the next.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things that we can have from Lucas Kyle.
Yeah, because I'm really curious to know what he knows. Because like you said, he talked to the computer that was at that door down below. So what happened there? What did he tell him? What did he not tell him? So I'm kind of curious to see what's going on with that.
And who is that?
How he does it.
So if one is there's a silo that's controlling everybody else, that's what's going to connect to the IT. Mm-hmm. Who's controlling the one down below?
Yeah.
Because when you're talking, I mean, the way if they knew where he was, then they would go get him. But the fact that they don't know where he is, it kind of tells us more about Lucas Kyle and that there's other entities at work here. So what did they tell him?
Yeah, what they tell him, and so it's starting to build the bigger picture, which I like. And but then it shows what's her name? Camille. Like how far is she willing to go? That was wild at the end. She goes, "Oh, do you know why we picked you?" She goes, "Oh, because I did this and I'm that." And he's like, "No, you're a liar."
Yeah, you have a particular set of skills we need. That's exactly what he said. You're a liar, a manipulator. You lie to your husband. You blame him. You do a great job of doing all those things. You're a terrible human being, and that's why we need you.
Yeah. You're the best at being the worst person.
But you're in charge. Choice does Camille have? We're talking to them, at IT. Where does she have? I mean, any other control? She can't do anything else.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing they keep putting over her head. Was if you don't do this, everyone dies. If you don't do this, everyone dies. And everyone, I'm sure the first person she thinks of is her son. So. I know, like, is forgetting who who you are and who your family is and who your mom is and who your child is that worse than death? And for her, death is worse. Like not being alive is worse than not remembering.
She's
So
responsible for 9,941 other lives.
yeah. So yeah.
But if someone has your yeah,
like that.
So wow, Jeeves says, wow, I didn't think about being different entities. I think who we call the algorithm is the actual person. Yes, and I feel like Camille is talking to a different people than Bernard was. Yes, I agree, but I think they all are still on the same side. But who Lucas Kyle is talking to is someone on a different side that I don't believe the other entity knows about. Totally different. Yeah.
Well, you got to figure if it's another silo, right? Mm-hmm. And who said? Well, maybe not even another silo, but I'm assuming it's like the original silo with all the people controlling all the other silos. That's how I'm assuming. So there's going to be a hierarchy, very much like there is in this silo and the other ones that we saw. So there's going to be people in charge, and I'm assuming those people in charge are the ones calling it. But if there's people, then does that mean? Not everyone's gonna be on the same page, as we see here. There's always gonna be a revolution or the black sheep kind of thing, or that one person who doesn't agree with everybody, so
whether it be going on or could it be a separate silo,
like a whole like silo 2 or something, like just the
silo 50, they figured out something.
Yeah, if silo 1 is that, this could be, silo whatever.
That's fighting them. They figured out something.
Found a way to hack into it. That'd be that. I could see that. That'd be cool.
Because once you know about it, if you wanted to fight against it, you could.
Yeah.
Say you found out something really, really early and they were able to disconnect, but they're still in the silo because all this outside is still poisoned.
Yeah.
It's a different entity on that side, or it could be from the outside. In the world that's trying to call it down into the silo, but the fact that it's so far below where the mines are, and you can dig, to another silo, I feel like it should be another one. But we know it's not 17. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, there's only five people in there now, 6 people or something like that. Like there's not that. There's only a few people in that one. Yeah. So yeah, I'm curious to see where it goes. Tomorrow dilemma.
Yeah. Because what do you do? Camille is in a very tough situation, but she put herself in that situation.
Yeah.
She lied to everybody. She literally lied to
the train, you can either kill one person or 5 people. Like, what do you do? Kind of thing. It's like you can make everyone forget, and when everyone forgets, they forget everything, even each other, or everyone dies. So yeah,
it's just like when you talk about the fact that she can't even talk to her husband Robert Sims. Sims was a problem in the first 2 seasons, and she's right when she called him out on that. It's like, look, for years I watched you come in, not be able to share things with me, not being here with his family, and now for 3 months I've been doing it, and now you having problems. Now we need to be together.
Now we need to do family time. Yeah. I mean, it's very true. And it's I didn't even think about it, but her calling him out on it is very real.
I can hear women all over the place saying that. Like when you the one doing it, it's okay for you to come in and do all stuff and you're tired and all this stuff. But then when I'm doing it, this is unacceptable. Come on, man. You can't be playing the double standard like that. We can be down below the earth anyway. It's still the same double standard. No.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
But do I also understand where Sims is coming from when when Julia says, I don't remember my father, even though we know how important he was in her life, even though he wasn't around for in the middle of it, but the beginning of it and all things, he died for her. He died for everything.
Yeah. I mean, even like him giving her the freedom of being down in engineering, you know, because he's like, he could have said no, you know, but he knew like you're better off here because you know what you want. So it's like you know, even sacrificing his own like happiness, like, no, you're my kid, you're gonna stay with me, I can protect you, but like sacrificing that to make sure she's better off, you know, like he loved her, you know, so you know,
then that kind of feeds into Robert Sims's fear.
yeah,
He looks at his son and realize he might not remember me.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I'm telling you, bro, if my kids can remember, I'll murder everybody. 9,940, because it'll just be us two left.
And I think that's gonna be the biggest dilemma right now. You know, well, I think Camille thinks she found the secret code. She's like, oh well, I can do this, kill one person, and save everyone from vitamin D or D plus, whatever the hell it's called, and this the safety protocol, or whatever it's called. You know, so I think she thinks that, but I mean, I don't know if Sims would have a problem with it. He'd be like, yeah, kill her. you know, he already don't like her anyway for a long time. You know, so.
And she didn't have his wife and son held at knife point. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and he's done other shady shit in the past, so it's not like you know, a big issue for him. But I'm wondering how she's gonna get out of it. I'm wondering how she's gonna get out of it, and I'm wondering if it's gonna be Kennedy and Lucas, you know, kind of, you know, coming in to save the day, kind of way, because she needs to get away. She needs to get away from the top people so she can start remembering more. You know,
it's gonna be hard, and maybe they keep her down below, and say, or even say that she died to bring her down and then hide her.
Yeah, yeah.
Chief says, "What if the safeguard is a lie? That they can't do what they're talking about?
Do you want to risk it? That's the thing. It's like, because like, do you want to call their bluff? Like, you know, like, oh, I don't think the safeguard's real, and you know, you're right and you're fine, and but everything goes, you know, another rebellion and stuff, or you're wrong and everyone dies. You know, so it's like.
There's one person who knows. There's one person who knows this is a lie or not. And it was Juliet, because she's been to the Silo 17. She's seen all the bodies on the ground.
Yeah,
the bodies hit the floor. Like, you saw all of them all over the place. Like, it was crazy, right? So
she saw the safeguard that happened. You know,
so she knows that that's something that actually does happen, something that's real. So like, but she's not sharing. I don't know what you do. I mean, in that situation.
Yeah.
So
well, technically the safeguard didn't happen, right? Because they didn't let the safeguard happen so they can all go out.
They opened the door anyway. And then they all died. Yeah.
Yeah. So
through Juliet, Sims gets a glimpse. Through Juliet, Sims gets a glimpse at what a child feels not remembering their father or their parent. And he doesn't want to be that person. Because he's done everything he's done for his son.
100%. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's the only thing that matters to him. Like, I will kill everybody for a better life for you. And for you not to remember me.
Yeah. Because even like all the stuff, like you said, he did in season 1 and season 2 was for his family. So I think for him justifying becoming the head of IT, you know, taking over for Bernard would equal safety for my family, you know. At least that's what he thought, you know, but now you find out it's kind of like, you know, because now you got her doing it, but now she, you know, she has to make decisions.
And she hasn't dealt with this type of double life for a long time, but she's getting good at it. She's figuring it all out.
Yeah, and I guess that's part of the problem, right? Was Sims not a good enough liar? Like if that's like one of the big you know, core requirements, you know, was Sim not a good enough?
He thought that he could change it and manipulate it and win the system, and you can't. But sometimes you're just gonna have to lie, just like they're lying to her.
Yeah, 100%.
Jen says Camille hasn't realized that she figured out where Lucas was, not the other way around. Yeah, remember, Juliet knew. I'm looking in you know, in the tunnels, whatever. Like she knew that she was going to be there. You know.
Uh-huh.
So When she's doing that stuff, she's like, "Oh, I know he's in there, so I'm in to go look."
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And it wasn't Camille, it wasn't Sims, it wasn't, the algorithm. It was her. Kind of just being her and kind of going with her gut and asking the right questions. And then Camille is the one that kind of figured like, oh shit. She was just kind of trailing her and saw what was going on. So yeah, that's good. It shows you how smart, Juliet is, even when she doesn't remember stuff, like she still like just figures it out.
She has that analytical type of mind that puts things together and takes it apart.
Yeah.
Jen says Camille has. Yeah. Okay. What do you think about the other story?
The past or whatever.
Yep. What he saw with his sister, what saw, what he heard that night, with this big cover up. What they're doing.
Mm-hmm. I think it which is why like this show does it so well. It does it really, really well, and where it mimics the two stories mimic each other. Mm-hmm. And right now, where Juliet's unintentionally going to the right place because she's asking the questions, but she doesn't even know she's going to the right place. That's kind of him with what was it, Daniel? Is he's asking the right questions and he's talking to the right people and he's going to the right places, but he doesn't know he's going in the right direction, my thing is like, because even as a viewer, not knowing where he's going, we're like, as a viewer, we're kind of Camille, like kind of like we're just trailing behind him and seeing where he's leading. And I don't know if he's gonna like the answer, and I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna cause, really. So yeah. So, but I see them mimicking each other because there's always like two stories kind of following each other and they're kind of mirroring each other. And right now, Juliet and Daniel in this episode were the mirrors, So they're going to the right places, talking to the right people, but don't quite know they're doing exactly what they need to do, So
why they're doing what they're doing? They're just doing something without knowing why.
Yeah. So, so I'm really curious to see that because I mean, it's always like how I always say, it's always hard to do a prequel because you know where it's going to end, right? And so everything that Daniel's doing, it's going to end with people in silos. But it's the ride. Like I'm really curious to see how they get there, like what's going on, who's doing what, secret organization, Illuminati. I don't know. Like that's why I was like, that ride is really fun, even though I know where it ends. But I want to know the answers to why a lot of this stuff is happening. So like that's how you tell like a good prequel story. So yeah.
I think this was the best story we've gotten this season so far. I thought it was very good, very well put together, very well acted. I'm excited about this. I think this was. I was feeling a little down. I was a little worried. And I think this was an episode where I got a lot more action, a lot more things happening, and I feel more comfortable about how the series is going.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this season, this is what the third episode. Yep. So yeah, so I mean, each one I think got better. So because I was kind of questioning like the amnesia thing, kind of thing. I like what they're doing with it. And the second one was good. So each episode has been getting better, which is definitely a good sign, Yeah.
No, I agree. The fact that we haven't got a lot from Paul Billings means to me that he's going to be very important towards the end.
Yeah. Because he's just hanging out. His wife's doing a lot of shit, and I think he's going to have to pick a side. And I don't know. I think I know what side he's going to pick. I think he's going to go with his wife and pick that side. But he's kind of like Sims a little bit, where he's like, I want to protect my family, and being in this position helps me protect my family. But then he has his wife who's like, is her quest to learn the truth is kind of putting her family in danger.
Yep.
So he's like, the deeper you go that way, it makes it seem like he's like, I have to stay over here because I have to make sure no one starts tracking you down. So, but eventually, when stuff hits the fan, he's gonna have to pick a side, and I think he's gonna pick his wife. I hope he does. I hope he does. He better.
I'm not sure who's going to win because he's such an analytical person. He wants things to be done the right way. So I'm not sure how it's going to end up. Honestly.
Yeah, but I mean, his mind is literally broken because he knows some of the truth. So that's why it's like when because he had these hardcore beliefs in what was it called, the rule book or whatever the hell it was called.
Yeah.
And he just is like, nope, that's what it says. Is how we do it. But then like you're shown like, oh yeah, but it's all kind of BS, and it kind of broke his mind a little bit. So it definitely broke. Like, look what it did to his wife. His wife was just like, oh, F that. I want to go down this path. I want to see the sun and the trees and stuff. So yeah. He's curious. That's the one thing I would say with this season so far is we haven't got enough of him, and I'm wondering it's because he's just in this weird place right now.
Being a father, having to figure another way out.
Yeah. So I hope he becomes like a bigger player in this season as it plays out.
All right, guys. So that is our little breakdown and our thoughts on this episode. Season 3 of Silo, episode 3. Dude, I am so excited. I hope you guys are excited. If you guys are watching this a little bit later, get in the comments. Let us know what you thought about this episode. Did you think this was the best episode of the season? Do you think that there's a lot more that we're going to figure out? Do you think we're going to get further into shift and it's going to change our opinions about the show? But let us know what you guys think. If you are watching this a little later, I mean, come and join us during the live show. We want to watch this. We have watch parties all the time. But hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because we'll be here every Saturday night, kind of going through the watch party and talking about all the things we saw from the episode. So please join us, and guys, everyone in the chat, thank you.
Yes,
thank you for jumping in here.
A little late.
It was all right. Got anything else for us?
No, it's fun. Yeah, make sure you guys come join us Saturdays.
And join us on Monday because we will be here. We'll be talking about we have Interview with the Vampire, whose season finale is coming right now. We have you still have House of the Dragons that's coming out. We're going to talk about this unbelievable movie that's supposed to be one of the best movies of the year. We're going to talk about box office from this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you guys can be there, please be there. We'll try to start at 9:30, and we'll see you guys on Monday.
Yep.
All right. Peace.
Later.
The board has concluded the call.